If we handed you a random product and social media network, could you find a market for the product and sell a bunch of them? Or what if you saw a brand new opportunity on social media? Would you know how to capitalize, or are you going to wait until somebody spoon feeds you the answer? Welcome to the Digital Marketing Misfits Show, where we, a group of experienced marketers, take on ridiculous and often hilarious marketing challenges to put our skills to the test. We also discuss current marketing events, trends we see on social media, and more. Digital Marketing Misfits is like your favorite morning radio show, except we've applied that entertaining style to the often boring subject of digital marketing. So tune in for some pure marketing mayhem as we make marketing fun again on the Digital Marketing Misfits Show. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 20. And if you might have actually seen the title, this now makes us, if we don't quit halfway through, if we complete this episode, we will now be a 1% podcast.
I'm out.
Round of applause, everybody.
I think if it's basically summed up as if Regan doesn't accidentally hit the button up there to end the broadcast, we will make it 1%. But the effort is there regardless.
Dude, what does that mean? Top 1%? Like, what does that actually mean? Of what?
So there is actually a post. It's a big long one. I put it in our chat somewhere. Basically, there's 2 or 2.5 million podcasts registered across all platforms. 90% of those podcasts quit before 10 episodes. So if you make it to 10 episodes, you're a top 10% of podcast. And then if you stick with it and you make another 10 episodes, you're now only one of 20 or 25,000 podcasts that stick with it.
Wow.
So we are now in the 1% that have made, 20 episodes.
Proof that all you have to do is keep crapping out content and you'll eventually reach the pinnacle.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
Everybody else quits.
Eventually.
It's not that you win. Everybody else quits.
100%. I used to tell people that all the time on TikTok and all the a beginner affiliate marketer groups. Is I literally have had people be like, contact me for something because they're like, well, I've just seen your name for the past 2 years. You must be doing something right.
Yeah.
So literally just said, I was like, yeah, I mean, I know
you're living out of a cardboard box, but just keep making content.
Yeah. It's just, was it that expertise by attrition or something? I'm sure there's a military term for it, Scotty. Just sticking around, gritting it out. But
everything is relative. At the end of the day, if you put the content out, it'll just do something for you eventually.
I mean, it'll get better too.
It just piles on, right? Just over time, 20 turns into 40, turns into 50, 60, 70, and then next thing you know, you got, tons. I mean, you're talking about 50 hours worth of content. That's a lot of content.
Yeah We're I think we're 20. We're roughly 20 hours, so we do about an hour each time. We had a couple of them go long, and then I feel like people dropped off there at the end. But yeah, it's I mean, we've done a ton since then.
And our YouTube is slowly growing too. So
yeah. So everybody here who's been watching from the beginning, thank you. Everyone here who got some in spurts in audio land, thank you for waiting between the lulls. But now in the 20 episodes, I figured out the automation, so now you're gonna get them regularly.
I think a legit goal for the YouTube channel would be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Just the minimum requirements for the YouTube partner program.
Absolutely. Right. So anyone there, hit the bell, subscribe.
And then we can sign up for Amazon influencer with this, and we can all make content on there.
Yes.
Oh.
There's a whole different brainchild happening there now.
Speaking of
talk
Amazon,
about a new way to monetize the Misfits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Barb coming in.
That's a
hard.
stockpile if I've ever seen one.
But speaking of Amazon influence, what have people done with their fashion items? I'm not going to ask people to name it. So if you're joining us from last week, we're all Amazon influencers. We're all approved for that mythical on site. We figured it would be fun to spin a wheel, and we're going to basically, we got fashion. So we all have to buy a fashion item off Amazon, make a video, put it up. And next episode, we're going to see who made the most money. and this is kind of a mid-season
And
update.
I'm way behind. I'm way behind. So because I just ordered it like 2 days ago, it should be coming tomorrow.
Oh man, I totally thought you guys would be like Dom and Jason for sure would be researching that shit.
I had mine ordered. Mine came in, but I left out of town for 4 days and came back with sick family, and it's on my to-do list for tomorrow.
And here I am thinking I got mine up like 6 days in or 7 days in, thinking I was late.
Yeah, I know. Mine took a few days. I actually had to order 2 to make sure I got the right one would be the right size. And yeah, so the first thing,
Almost slipped there.
thing came. It could be anything, so hush. But it came like 2-3 days later, and I was like, man, I guarantee you they got that like next day, and I'm so behind. Now I feel I'm like on top of things for once.
Yeah. I mean, I got a couple sales, not a whole lot. I think I have $1.20 made. I did research a whole lot, but it did. Has anyone else noticed there's no prime placement in fashion, like at all?
Yeah, it was,
that's not
very
true.
little.
I noticed that. Yep.
Fuck, well, Scotty knows something we don't. I think he just won. Would you buy, Scotty? Did you have prime placement?
Dude, I don't know. You know all the research. You know all the research I put into this shit. So
Well, that's the thing.
So I got my 2 things. I'm like, whatever. Okay, it's not the pirate outfit. And when I went to put them on there today, I was like, oh shit. It's a high number, a lot of questions asked, and it's a prime placement.
You're gonna be like the person who knows nothing about football who wins the pool.
Exactly. No, I know more about football than I do about this, but I think I'm hoping that either one of them does pretty well.
I've got an item that has lots and lots of traffic, but there's no prime placement.
Yeah, it was me. I just looked at like probably 25 or 30 products, and I was like, nothing had prime, and I'm like, maybe it's just a category doesn't have prime placement. So like,
it says, oh, I'm thinking Amazon bestseller, not prime placement.
No, yeah, up in the image stack. There's nothing up in the stack.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should define for the audience listening at home, driving in their car. What does prime placement mean, Dom? Because I think a lot of people don't really understand when we say prime placement.
This is one of those explain what like I'm 5 type things. So yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with the Amazon page layout, basically you've got at the top of the page you've got the main image that you see that you click on, and then when you're in the listing, they have that kind of carousel. If you're on mobile, it's when you kind of swipe through all the images up at the very top of the listing. If you're on desktop, it's that stack of images on the left side. That's like the money placement where you want to be. That's what gets the most traffic.
Yeah.
If not that, it's all the way down past the description, all the way down past the specs, all the way down past the other stuff. There's like a little like carousel above the reviews. That's where I ended up.
Which also does get a fair amount of views, surprisingly. All the way scrolling all the way down, which tells you that people do their research before they buy a product. They look at the written reviews, they watch videos, they're trying to make a purchasing decision. They're trying to determine whether this is going to be the product that they buy or not. So a lot of people do their due diligence, and it just so happens that Amazon leans into content creation now.
Yeah, well, especially with the Inspire feed, which I got, it's stuck. I had it now, I think, a full week. I'm officially back on Inspire.
Nice.
Do you have to wait a month for it?
Dude, I had to wait a month, and then I got it. And then 2 days later, I lost it. I had to wait another month. And now it's finally back. I got like a taste, and they were like, nope, you're done.
So everybody watching, go on your phone and open up Amazon app and see if you've got a little light bulb button at the bottom, and see if you have the Inspire feed. And if you do, and you start scrolling through there, and you see one of us, comment down somewhere, bleep bloop somewhere.
It's got.
I don't know where.
I made you nice and big.
That's what she said.
Yeah, the little light bulb in blue. That's what you're looking for.
In between you and the house.
Yes.
If it's empty, if there's nothing in between, it's just going to be that. But if you have Inspire, you have that.
Yes.
And they're continuing to roll this out still today. I don't know what the percentage is of and I don't even know what the process is like for them to push the app update for people to get Inspire, but they're doing it probably, I'd imagine, millions of people at a time. I don't know how they determine if it's at random or whatever, but I've had it since early to like, I think early December, like mid-December. I've had it for almost 2 months now. So
it was the day after that article came out. We had that article
Yeah.
on the podcast, didn't we, or something? Or we were shooting
Yeah.
it back and forth. And then the next morning it was
Yeah.
like, whoa, it's here.
We've
already.
got it. Yeah. So it was what I heard
crazy.
about the rollout was it was going to be batches of users were going to get it, and the idea was that everybody was going to have it at the end of Q1. So April 1st, if you don't have it, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to have it by April 1st. So and it is only on the
That's all
mobile.
relative.
What'd you say?
yeah, and
It's software. It's all relative on who gets what
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
if you look at how many people have the Amazon app downloaded to their phone and have Amazon Prime, the amount of people that are going to be scrolling on the Inspire app by later this spring is going to be ridiculous. I think the amount of views, amount of people are just going to start spending more and more time on there, especially if they can figure out a way for engagement other than, I don't know if you can comment, Jason, but I mean, I know you can give it double tap, right? You can kind of give it hearts if you like the content, they give you kind of that avenue there, but I don't know if there's a way to specifically engage with other, like, I don't know if you can comment on there unless you guys can comment on your apps.
I don't think you can. There's no comments yet. They did say that during the webinar. There is no comments on Inspire, just a heart. But you can click into the creator's profile and then start following them.
Right.
So that was really about all that you could do. They were talking about, do a CTA. And then everyone's like, it always gets flagged. But there's
it gets flagged.
To heart the video.
It gets flagged 100% of the time. Like 2 weeks ago, I made one like generic call to action, got flagged. I was like, all right.
Unsupported action. But no, but everybody here who's actually creating, even if you don't have it to consume, everything that you create will end up in the feed somehow.
Yeah.
So any
have
influencer
an
video
ability-
will get picked up as well.
I think they're going to expand that ability to earn for different types of people as well. But I saw a comment that said something like, is there special requirement? Right now, the ability to earn on the Amazon platform is through the influencer program in particular. You can earn commissions through the Inspire app. So essentially, when somebody watches your video and gets inspired to buy something and they click on the tag of the product that is in the video, you will earn the commission for it. It's really like the new way to do affiliate marketing. I'm going to actually use this as part of my strategy from something I was telling Dom earlier for my fashion product. I actually do have my video already posted. It's got a few views, no sales yet. I went a different route as far as strategy, probably. I probably went more of a Jason style route. And that being said, I'll be interested to see if Inspire helps feed into that sell a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool strategy. I want to see how that pans out.
We'll see. I mean,
I love this. This is coming because it gives me a green light to plug us. How do we get notified when we have a webinar? So just hop on the list and get notified. anonymousinfluencer.com/register. Sorry. But thank you, Danielle, for the comment. Yeah, but it's super, super fun, guys, as far as just creating content and going through there. And I'm trying to think of a segue. Become a creator, because then you're going to have a sphere of influence. And then you can get invited to events where Beyonce is performing for free in Dubai at like a 5 or 6 star hotel or however many stars they have out there. But let's bring up the first one here. Let's bring up this one here because this is I think this is really, really, really cool. It's a marketing play because it's also where we're going. If I can figure out how to share screen. It always takes a while. Just give me a minute, guys.
You've got to choose one of your 7 monitors that you got on your desk now.
It's a blessing and a curse. Let's be real. It's a
He probably moved his desk again this week.
No, I did not. I actually set everything up to be moved. But here's the thing. I don't throw anything out. And like, if it's functional, I can't get rid of it. But then like, if a piece of it dies, I obviously have to replace the piece. And then computers always have monitors in the box. So now I just got a bunch of old leftover monitors. So, all right.
So, a lot of questions about this Dubai trip. Yes, Beyonce was paid $24 million. Why? No, they didn't make up the revenue with the 1,400 people there, us spending $20,000 per ticket. No one did. That 1,400 people paid a penny. So let's explain it. They did a tidal wave marketing approach, as much impact as they can make with an event all aligned with the grand opening of the Atlantis Royal in Dubai. Then the thought process is, how do we tell the world about this? How do we make history? Well, we get the best live performer to touch a stage, the most prolific, unbelievable performer in the world, who just had a massive album release, Beyonce. We'll pay her $24 million. I talked to my brother, who's a marketing executive. He estimated that a minimum of 750 million to 1 billion impressions were made, 1 billion eyeballs seeing something about Beyonce in Dubai, Atlantis Royale. That's why they paid the $24 million. That's the big marketing play. And then under it, there's so many different angles. There's press, there's PR, there's using the name, image, and likeness of people there. And then there's 1,400 people that have some sphere of influence that are watching, that are talking about it, that are showing the hotel, that are eating at the hotel, that are putting organic out. I'll get back to part 2 as to like why influencers are there. But the purpose of this entire trip was to make an impact, a business marketing impact about the grand opening of the Atlantis Royale Hotel. That's it. Follow for more. I'll do a part 2. So, a lot of questions.
So it's interesting that he says that, was it 1 billion impressions?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see a thing. What?
20 or something billion or 80. It was not just 1 billion impressions. It was in multiple billions, I believe. But you think about, just if you took all of our TikTok audiences here on this channel, I actually just watched a video about this today. Even if you only get 100,000 views on something, that's Coachella, right? Like I heard that from a JT.
Somebody follows. Someone follows JT.
It was on the podcast that he did. Somebody repurposed that podcast, and I was just thinking about that at that vast reach. You take 1,400 influencers that have millions and millions of followers through their franchises, etc., and then they get to use the name and likeness of people like The Bachelor, where he comes from, which has millions and millions of followers. You get people that just associate with that. Of course, you're gonna be able to push that marketing ploy. It's an incredible way to get reach, and people aspire and want to go somewhere due to that social media fill.
Yeah, traditional marketing avenues just don't cut it anymore. You're not going to be able to reach your target market by doing radio, television and newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were to run magazine ads, like who reads magazines today? Everybody spends time on social media. So you get over 1,000 of the largest social media influencers. You get them there, you get them to post content and do stuff like that. And it literally creates billions of impressions. I want to say it's genius, but I mean, if we're thinking 2023, I mean, this is the way you're going to get impact, or the way you're going to grow your visibility of whatever your brand or hotel or whatever it's, country. That's how you're going to do it. That's like the perfect way to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's also a way to do it cheaper. I mean, let's just say it was 1 billion impressions, right? And then having the collaboration, and it's also, I guess, it's a testament too. I'm going to open like three loops here for a second. But one, it's about, I mean, it also is the power of using other people's networks and spheres of influence, and not just leveraging your own. So that's something Alex Hormozi talks about a lot, is leveraging other people. Like, you can be the best person in the world and cold call 1,000 people a day. But if I use 15 other people, you're never going to make 15,000 calls a day. That was kind of the same thing here. Is like that hotel, right? Atlantis, Dubai, is not going to buy 1 billion impressions on their own. And especially not 1 billion of the right impressions.
Yep.
Number one. So that's why they had the 1,400 influencers there, all with their circles, which are going to get that there. But also, let's go from, Jamar, do you know the revenue split with CPMs on YouTube? Like, I know what CPMs, and for anyone who doesn't know this, CPM means cost per milli, and that is what an advertiser pays to get 1,000 impressions.
Yeah. So obviously it depends on genre or category that the content is about, but the split is it's 40 to 60%. I mean, I could look up the exact number.
40% to the creator.
I would plus or minus 10%, somewhere around there.
So that is 1 billion impressions is 1,000 milli or million milli, 1,000,000. That makes sense, right? 1,000 million is 1 billion.
Dom's about to nerd out. He's about to nerd out here. Hold on,
real soon. Let's say the average. I mean, if you're in the car world, you're kind of you're outside of prank videos. They're not really targeted, right? You've got kind of like car DIY, not marketing and business, but like general niche content, which I would put travel in. You're looking at about $10 cost per milli to the creator.
Yeah.
So that is about $25 cost per milli to the advertiser, right? What they would pay. They'd pay $25 for 1,000 impressions. Scale it up 1 million. That's a $25 million to get 1 billion impressions. They saved $1 million by giving away all those tickets.
Yes.
Yep. They expect it. I was actually just going a little further because he has follow-up and he also has a podcast, but they recorded some of his follow-up on it. And they estimated that it was around $100 million in cost for the entire event. But you also have to think in that event, not only did they have Beyonce there, they had Jay-Z there, they had Kendall Kardashian there. You had all of Bachelor Nation there, and ultimately, yes, they gave it away, but they're going to get that back hand over fist just from the following of people that follow these people, because it's very chosen, just like we were talking about, targeted people like lifestyle posts.
Yeah. And what was it, that Deloitte study I like to reference all the time? 70% of people, millennials and Gen Z, make their buying decisions based on an influencer.
83.
Yeah, 83%. It's crazy. So if you have a following, you tell people to buy or not buy something, you have influence. And then you get invited to all of these cool things for free because you have influence.
I always look at it too that things will change in the next, like they always do. There's cycles of everything, but anybody who's doing it now is going to be positioned to change when the marketing angle ends. Is it going to be even shorter videos, micro videos, voice, whatever that is? If you're doing it now, that's not going to be real hard change for you to pivot to. It's all the people who like, I don't know about this ticky-tacky thing is crazy. What? YouTube? They're going to be selling horseshoes when there's nobody got a horse. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, think about all the YouTubers though. Who I'm letting you roll with it. Just go with it. Just sell horseshoes. There's no horses. You're thinking you were talking about buggy whips.
No, I was talking about horseshoes. When the carriage came out, and then the car came out, the horseless carriage, all the people who made horseshoes went out of business. They were all complaining about it.
You were there for the transition.
I was. I'm telling you, I wasn't ready. I transitioned to the guy that put the candle out on the street, and then all of a sudden we had light bulbs, and then I was like, fuck. No. Whoop, I demonetized. Sorry.
Yeah. Community guidelines. What? No, but I was just gonna say, think about all like the old school YouTubers. When I say old school, I mean like probably not like 2005 YouTubers, but like 2013, 2014 YouTubers that got good at content creation. TikTok comes out, right? I think all of us here were TikTok early adopters, or relatively early adopters. Some of us, we grow, we have our nice little audiences, and then all of a sudden those YouTubers go, hey, TikTok's real. They're in like that main wave, and then they pass all of us because they already have that skill. Mm-hmm. It compounds. Right. So there's people going like, oh, I missed the TikTok wave, or it's really hard to grow organically. Don't focus on the growth. Mm-hmm. Get that skill. Learn that skill as fast as you can. So when the next freaking thing comes, you can move. And you don't have to move fast at that point. Nope. Because we all spent 2020 and 2021 learning how to do video. Yep. The guys who had, or the people who had YouTube channels in 2017 already do, and they can come in 2022, 2023, put up like 4 videos because they're already good, and then they go viral.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're got skill. Timing doesn't matter.
That's right.
It also doesn't matter whether or not your video is good, because TikTok can heat your videos.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
I'm getting better at these segues.
And I'm like, for the love of God, like now it's all coming out. There's somebody just like, yep, that one. Yep, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for those of you, for everyone who doesn't know, you've been living under a rock or been over on Facebook, TikTok has a button on your, like, there's literally a human that once you get a certain amount of views, a human looks at your content and then has like the emperor's thumb and goes up or down, and they either choose to heat it, let it ride, or I'm sure there's a cooling button.
Yeah.
They've never admitted to that.
Actually, I think I saw an article about the cooling button, but we'll see.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I swear there's a cooling button. I've
It'll
had
come back
posts
next
that-
episode with the cooling button.
Because it was talking in relation to how they would get influencers and then advertisers together, and they would heat it up, right? And then they could cool it off too, to almost to make them perform like circus animals, Pavlov's dog. Like, oh, wait a minute, oh, stuff's drying up. You know, maybe we don't need to pay you as much from the creator fund. I'm gonna have to go find that article.
Oh, get the F out of here.
It
I mean,
sounds
whatever.
very devious.
That does very devious. But I'll tell you
wonder
what,
if I
I mean,
could make
there is, I've had videos that have gotten 75, 80, 100 comments, and they like, and are like a rocket, and then just stop at like 2,000 views. And I'm like, what the fuck
I
happened?
wonder if you can make a really good piece of content and some way, like a third of the way through, halfway through, just do a little mention, a shout out to TikTok. Like, TikTok, you like this? Boost it. And then just keep going with your value.
Test it.
That'd be fun.
That'd be good. Yeah, Mr. Moderator, Mr. and Mrs. Moderator. Hello. That's become a little mini trend, is people talking to the moderators.
Hey, Mr. Moderator, how much do you get paid an hour? Because maybe we could work something out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He's paying me for TikTok views.
Little payola? Yeah. Get my
You
record
get
on.
paid in-
And just put
You
a
get paid-
giant "Eat This" sign behind your head as an Easter egg. Just
There you go. Like this. Oh, I'm actually doing a review on Amazon for that. Don't pay attention to that thing that just says "heat this."
Eat this.
please.
Give him the heater. Nice.
Oh, dude, if you had a Sandlot thing, a meme with what was the kid's name? Denunez. Give him the heater.
Give him the heater.
Yeah, that would be great. Speaking of TikTok moderation and buttons, I made a post on this the other day. And remember my TikTok got permanently banned for like 5 minutes?
Yeah,
I messaged the group back in December, flipping out. I'm
Yep.
that was scary.
certain there was somebody with their hand on the button and clicked the wrong thing and went, oh shit, and put it back. Because I
Shit,
literally
we
was,
canceled Tom.
yeah, seriously. I was scrolling. Boom, you're permanently banned. Oh shit, messaged us. And then 3 minutes later got an email that was like, oh, it looks like we banned your account by accident. We restored it.
Right.
What?
don't
they
let
gotta
that. I
dump-
feel like I'm not doing my
TikTok is
job
just
if I
an
don't
idiot.
say, don't let that control you, because none of this happens without you actually creating a piece of content. So if
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
sitting
Right.
back there letting this fear control you, then you're just going to be sitting in the same place.
Yeah, this is not to be fear. This is to learn to like laugh at it, because, and luckily though, for me, like it stung because I was like, oh, I lost my TikTok account. Like that sucks. But you've got other platforms.
Yeah.
That's why as a creator, create and repurpose, post everywhere. Because I think all of us, have at least one other platform with a fair, maybe not as big a following as we might have on TikTok. Is that it? Well, TikTok is all of our biggest followings, right? Did anyone blow up secretly on YouTube we didn't know about?
Yeah, my OnlyFans isn't on
My
there yet.
ASMR channel that you don't know about.
Right?
Barb, every time I get an ASMR, I think about you.
Yeah.
Barb, I didn't send that. There was an ASMR that ran across my channel they had a cat licking stuff, like candy bars and stuff. So it was the cat licking it, and it said cat ASMR. Obviously a spoof account, but I'm like, oh, I gotta send this.
Was
I'll
it?
find it.
I've seen legit cat ASMR accounts, and it's like They're massaging the cat. They're brushing the cat.
Oh, what?
And you
It's
probably
got to
want
be
it.
satire. Oh my god,
Dude, the internet's a weird place.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a
Wild.
market for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Like there are things I'm like, please let this be satire. Please let this be satire. But
And
no,
then you
I-
see a picture of a phone case on Amazon Inspire.
what?
Oh yeah.
Then you see a picture
yeah.
of a phone case on Amazon Inspire.
Are you talking about that naked lady?
Yes, I'm talking about the naked lady selling the phone case.
Oh, there was a phone case involved?
Or it was like it was either a phone case or a phone itself. I don't know. Dom kept saying it was an iPhone, and all
The
I could see
iPhone,
is
Wait, she had a
definitely not an
bikini.
iPhone.
No.
Yeah, it was the girl in the red.
Yeah, the girl. What color
Yeah, the
bikini
phone
was
case.
it? Yeah.
I've come across ASMRs on TikTok that have had 20,000 people watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
Like-
I don't think I've ever seen an ASMR with less than 1,000 people on ever.
It's incredible.
Even small accounts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Thank you.
Put a shower cap on
Yeah.
your microphone and then just spray a
God,
squirt
stop.
bottle. It's like
Shit creeps me out.
Who starts
Yeah.
to do that? Like, I mean,
so
I'm not.
funny.
I don't have the Blue Yeti though. I should get the Blue Yeti because that's
Oh, I
probably
do.
like the go-to ASMR mic.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's like, yeah, I feel like there's such like I don't know. There's such ability to like market within that. Like you have such a captive audience and they're basically hypnotized. You know what I mean? Like I'm just wondering what that little something is that you can do to
subscribe to me on Amazon.
I know. Go to my
The link in my bio.
storefront.
Yeah.
Get a free Calm trial. I would like literally be giving away like Calm trials, and the people that stuck
Yeah.
with it just
Yeah. Dude, totally. Like, are you looking to sleep? Go to my
That app is
storefront.
still stupid expensive.
The what?
Calm. Is
It's
it still
still-
stupid expensive?
It is. I actually was lucky enough to get like a free year with
Yeah.
an Amex that I had a while back. And it was like my favorite thing on the road when I couldn't sleep.
It was.
How
And then
wild. It
I did
actually
that for
worked.
a year. I did it too. And then like my subscription ran out or whatever. And I was like, oh, let me try this again. And it was like $37 or some bullshit.
Yeah.
For the year?
No.
It's stupid
like a-
expensive.
Yeah.
$37
Yeah, why
a
do you do
month.
that when you
Listen
can
to
watch
me?
ASMR on TikTok.
I'm gonna
for
go check.
free.
Yeah.
But it's
24/7.
when I say like the quality of sleep is worth it, like actually being able to go to sleep to like, as silly as it sounds, Matthew McConaughey reading a good night story, like, or you just turn on my rain sound that I do at the loudest possible. But like when you're traveling, that shit is priceless.
$79 for premium
For how long?
for a year.
That's not I
Wild.
mean, don't get me wrong.
It's an app that plays music.
What?
It's literally an app that like plays the white noise, really, for the most
I
part.
pay
It's
$10
not
a month to YouTube Music to get music on an app.
Yeah, I'm like, you could just find that on YouTube and just pay for YouTube Premium. Way cheaper. They have all kind of stuff. Anti-snoring, like white noise.
I do have YouTube Premium.
But
Hire
the
me and
stories
I'll just
are what
record
put you
it
to
for
sleep
you.
and calm. And then they actually have
I'll-
guided meditation and stuff when you're freaking the hell out, like I do randomly. But
Reagan, I'm your
Roman,
spirit
help
animal.
over
I'll
here.
read stories to you.
go calm.
Can we just like ping you on demand? Wake Scotty up at 2 a.m. I need you to read me a story. I can't sleep.
Read this story.
There's a side hustle no one's talking about. Just be on demand to read stories.
So funny.
I did research how to get a free Calm membership after my membership ran out. Definitely never found another way. But Calm people, anybody want to give me a sponsorship? I'll take it.
Yeah, we're shameless. Any address at digitalmarketingmisfits.com. Shoot us an email. There we go. Here we are. Watch someone actually go any email address at digitalmarketingmisfits.com. That will go through the way that I have it set up. So whatever you guys want to type.
That's funny.
But then in the email, it'll see details. We'll see who it was sent from. So the funniest thing that you can say, well, we're not going to send you a prize. I was going to say we'll send you a prize, but we're not that organized.
We'll just laugh on our next episode or in our chat.
We'll give
Oh yeah, you'll
shout-outs.
definitely get a mention in the chat. I mean, we should probably start mentioning in the episodes. I don't know. Now the emails are going to start flying, I'm sure, for the people in cyberspace that hear us. Scotty, you got your liquid death?
I don't.
I know.
I don't have one
Dude,
here.
at one episode we don't have it.
I know. What's going on with them? Why?
I was just gonna say cheap impressions, just from listening and tapping the community. Let's see.
Even the Super Bowl commercial that we did, that was the beer commercial with the kids, all in, we spent $100,000 on that commercial.
Yeah.
When other companies are spending millions of dollars. We didn't just come up with that out of the blue. It was, we were seeing on social, tons of people were posting photos of their kids with liquid death, thinking that it's funny. Let's just turn it into something else funny. And it's sort of like, it's going to work because you're basing it on something that to be true versus, hey, I wonder if people would think it's funny that kids are drinking liquid death. Even the Super Bowl.
This is a great example of when you go to run ads, why would you not test it like we did? We tested Reagan's creative literally organically. If it wins organically, it's going to convert paid. Yeah. It's going to. And we got it as low as like 85 cents, right? Per click or whatever.
84 cents for a webinar lead in the make money space.
Yeah, it wasn't per click, it was per lead.
Oh,
per
wow.
lead. Yeah, 84 cents a lead. Which for anybody watching who has no point of reference, normally it should be $5 to $7 per lead if you're running ads in the make money space. That's your ad cost. That's typically your lead cost in that space.
Yeah. If you have a short form video that goes viral, it has a really strong call to action, it's going to get you leads. So you could run that puppy all day long and your cost per lead is going to be phenomenal. And that's literally what Liquid Death did. They were looking at what was working in short form and social media, and they literally just said, let's do that as an ad.
I mean, I'm going to mention that that was the first time I had ever heard of Liquid Death. Was that commercial? And I was like,
I'd never seen that before.
You never saw it. This was last Super Bowl, exactly a year ago.
I don't remember seeing that. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because it almost seemed, and you've seen the commercial before, it almost seemed like they had not run a Super Bowl commercial. They were talking about it as if they did as a commercial promoting themselves, and they're going to be in the Super Bowl. That's what that felt like to me, because I've never, ever seen that before.
I mean, they're probably going to be, again, they're definitely going to take another spot. But I remember watching that. What?
Did they run any other ads?
No, it was just that one. That was the only spot the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that commercial. I remember watching it. They didn't took out 1 30-second. They took out a full minute spot. Right? And I was like, I remember watching it. I'm like 30 seconds in. I'm like, how did this get past guidelines? How did this get past? This is a beer commercial with kids drinking beer. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm sitting here in my head and I'm like, how was this allowed? And then the last 3 seconds of the spot, it goes, oh, don't worry. It's just water. Liquid death. The whole time they're talking about liquid death, and like anyone who's been 20 and partied is like, oh, you talk about liquid death like it's an alcohol. So they name it. The whole thing was a giant head fake. And then as soon as they said, don't worry, it's just water, and cut the spot, I went right on to their website. I started reading about it. It was incredible. I was like, that is such a good ad. And I mean,
they're marketing geniuses.
If you can head fake people in your content, it'll get people to do whatever you want them to do.
Yeah. It's like getting people to engage with like a fish picture. It's so weird. So random, just to pick some random thing out of the blue.
Yeah.
Speaking of testing content. So all right, backstory. This past week I went up to the aquarium in Scranton, and we were just at the aquarium, and I saw this one fish. Apparently it's arowana. If anybody wants to Google that, an arowana
Not
fish.
to be confused with marijuana, which.
Well, dude, that's funny. There was somebody on the comment of that post that says legalize arowana.
Dude, that needs to be a shirt. Oh my god.
Oh, that is a shirt.
Free Harambe.
Shirt. 100%.
Haram.
Write it. Yeah, I was going to say write it down because you could have that as the text and then literally have Dom's picture like as the fish on the shirt.
I
would
think
buy
this
that.
fish is going to officially become our logo. Like,
Oh,
we're going to make
dude,
a
I
cartoon
hope so.
version
That'd
of
be
this fish.
spectacular.
Dude.
So this is not the picture that I took. This is what I have. But like the way that this fish just looked beyond grumpy. Like end of the week.
Show the picture of what you took though.
All right, hold on. Let me go pull it up here on Google Photos. But yeah, basically, I took it and I sent it to our group chat. Like, this is what Scotty probably looks like on a daily basis. He was grumpy, and it just took off. And then we started making it into memes, and I posted one on my Facebook wall.
Dom went on a probably a 20 or 30 minute meme adventure with that same photo with the I mean so many different ways, and it was hilarious because it just every time you just look at the fish and it just kind of makes you chuckle a little bit, you know.
I mean, there it is. That is not the grumpiest fish you've ever seen.
That's awesome.
So you guys kept feeding it to me, and then we were just if we didn't like it, like people started responding with this as just like you know how you respond with a GIF in Discord. This has now become a GIF.
Do you want to show the meme that you put up?
Do we? Oh, we might as well.
I mean, for full context. I mean, it kind of doesn't make any sense.
Either way, the grumpy fish is hilarious with or without the meme.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
So there are marketers, there are people on Facebook. I'm not going to name names, but they intentionally write controversial statements, or they'll post controversial pictures. It gets an insane amount of reach because you have tons of people engaging. It pushes your content out to more and more people. It is a highly effective way to game the Facebook algorithm to get people to fight with each other in the comment section, to which then they fight with the person who posts because everybody, you know, it's like assholes, you know, assholes and opinions, right? Everyone's got one. Yeah. So everybody has to say something. They can't just literally look at this arowana and go and just continue swiping by. Like they have to read the comments and they have to leave their own comment because there's like 200. Dom's got, I don't know, he's got close to 200 comments now.
188 comments, 16 shares, 341 reactions. I looked at the Google Analytics or the Facebook Analytics on this. 31,000 impressions and almost 6,000 engagements from a freaking fish meme.
And you gotta think when you're reading a meme, or in this particular case, if this hit you, if this was a gut punch to you, you might want to evaluate why it hit you close to home. I mean, you know, there's something there, right? Something in the psyche that made you go to somebody else's ecosystem and decide to make a comment. I think that says a lot about your weakness. So,
Dom, I think you should go in now on the caption and just edit it and just say, "I dare you to try and prove me wrong now."
Oh God, I won't do that. I'll change it. Let's try that. Let's go.
I still don't.
I won't do that. I'll do it afterwards.
Performed that well, even without a caption itself.
Dude, so literally no caption, just the meme. So the laziest post I've made in 6 months got the most engagement. But that just goes to show you production value, the camera you use means nothing. It's the message and it's the words.
Yeah. Yep.
So don't say, "Oh, I got to buy this camera and get all these nice lights to go on YouTube," or that's all it is. And I don't even have to use an existing meme. Make your own. Just take a picture. But that's definitely going to get some ad money, I think, for sure, because it's been proven organically. Because it did generate 4,000 link clicks. I don't know how many leads, because I used some naked links. I didn't use all tracking links, but it was 4,000 clicks.
I left some naked links in there too.
Yeah. I wish we could. I didn't think it would go that viral. I'd make sure everything was a tracking link. Do I just do a week of fish posts now? Or burned out and give them ad fatigue?
100%. Do it.
You should literally make a fish post
Yes.
today, like fish of the day, of the week. And then it just be all of these like different blurbs of what like we've talked about in our group of just
What do you the look you
Something
get when
fishy
you
about this
when,
account.
the look you make when you find out Sephora really won't pay you $2,000 for sitting at home and doing reviews. But you can do that for the face you look when you find out Target really doesn't do that, and the person who told you know that kind of shit. You could just do that all day with a new one.
Yeah, I can put a caption now,
every
like
time
the
you see an
face you make
example-
when you find out how much Sephora pays you, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's the copy basically writes itself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all day.
I didn't, it's funny. That was only one of 2 pictures I took the entire day, the other day. I'm really glad I snapped that picture.
Me too.
I mean,
Instant,
look,
Glad you
instant
thought of
classic.
me. Glad you thought of me.
it's gonna be the viral grumpy cat. Is this grumpy fish? Like grumpy fish.
I really hope this becomes like Grumpy Cat status.
I want to make a cartoon out of it, and I'm going to. I don't know how. That's like so outside of my pay grade, but if I can figure out how to make a fucking video, I can figure out how to fucking make a cartoon fish. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, catch of the day with Captain Dom. That might be a title to the series.
Yep, I love it.
This is where this is going to happen.
It's fun.
But yeah, test your content, and again, it does not matter. Like, it's the internet. 6 months from now, no one's going to remember this fish.
No, not at all.
I will. I'll
It's going to be in our
remember.
merchandise store.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be in our merch
But
store.
let's say this fish didn't work out, right? It's a ridiculous thing to post, right? Let's say it didn't work out. In 6 months, no one's going to remember it.
Right.
So it's the internet. I mean, I know they say the internet's forever, but people's memories are like goldfish.
I mean, it's like Jason's black cock. Who would have thought that would have got as much attention as it has? It's just what? His hat.
I missed that part.
people.
I barely. I
His
don't know much about Jason's black cock. Oh, okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
There it is. Yeah.
I mean,
that was, had to get us
it's
demonetized.
it's merchandise, and it's gonna be nobody's gonna forget it. It's great.
I've sold like 300 of these hats.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, on Amazon?
Yeah.
They're hot hats.
Between driving my own traffic and on Amazon.
That's awesome. That should have been. Oh, that couldn't have been your fashion item because you probably already had it up on there.
No, I already had that up. Even though I did just buy 6 more of these things.
Wait, why can't that be his fashion item?
Because that video had to be created before
Oh,
I forget the date.
okay.
I'm not cheating.
Before 7 days ago.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. Who wants to talk about more Chat GPT, or do you want to talk about the illusion that is social media? I want to put this one to the group because I have no segue, so I'll make it a poll.
Chat
Come on.
GPT.
Chat GPT. All right. Well, Chat GPT, because again, this is like the topic. We got to stay timely with the podcast here. Recently passed the bar. Recently passed the Harvard MBA exam, and also became a board certified physician. Passed all those tests with flying colors.
That's amazing to me.
What? So yeah,
Well, the answers to all questions lie on the internet and in one
100%.
shape or form. So the AI just goes, and when a question is asked, it goes and finds the best possible answer for that question. And in a standardized test, it's gonna get the question right 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah, it's scary though. I mean, some of the comments on the video, I clicked out of it by accident, but the comments were like, "Oh, so Skynet goes live next week." Basically, I mean, dude, it's crazy. Like, knowing that it's that accurate though is scary, but that it can discern, because there is the answer to everything, but there's also a lot of misinformation on the internet as well, and it can decipher between what's vetted and what's unvetted and what's true and what's untrue. If it can answer, because I'm sure all the answers on the, especially the medical one, I'm sure there are right and wrong answers out there, but it knew the right answer for everything. And same with the bar. I mean, it's, again, I was an early denier. I will probably lean hard to AI. It's the real. But all the illusion of social media. I see a couple comments there. People on the polls. This is a good one because I can kind of relate, sort of.
And I'm always curious about how Microsoft is going to do this. There was a report today that Microsoft plans to update Bing with a faster version of ChatGPT, version 4, because they've already invested like $10 billion in the technology. But how is it going to make Bing better if it spits out answers just like Google? You know what I mean? Well, wait, so you're wondering how is it? Because the reason we like ChatGPT is it doesn't give you the shit that Google does, where it's like, click this button, here's 3 words of your answer, but you have to click this button to go deeper and find out this long blog post that somebody did. And that's how Bing works. It's the same way. So why am I going to use that? The answer might be better, but I still have to do a bunch of clicks and read some stupid blog that I don't want to read.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by and asking me how to make this casserole. To begin making a casserole, you have to. That's why I hate blogs, because it's like I just want to know how to make the damn casserole.
Right. The blogs.
I hit that button so often.
Yeah, the blog's all SEO'd out, right? It's in the H1, H2, H3. Yeah. It's how Google reads information, right? But instead, you're just like, just give me the fucking answer. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
and
AI
that's why I like ChatGPT, because if I ask ChatGPT, how do I make this casserole? It literally says 450, this, not all the other stuff. And then you have to scroll down page. So yeah. I'm curious how they're going to integrate and make ads, make money, right? Because ads aren't
that's
going
to be the thing. I mean, ad impressions are just on the side of the page.
Actually, I do know how they're going to do that. That's right. I already read about because they're going to release the API to everybody else who wants to use it. They're going to be paying for ChatGPT. So if your bank wants to use ChatGPT as their virtual assistant to answer all of your questions, because you're going to now go to your bank and say, how do I blah, 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 blah? And ChatGPT will spit out an answer because it's good at that now. So the API connected, the businesses are just going to pay premium dollar to have the best service. So it's still going to be free to us.
Awesome. So you're saying that we should be an enterprise level ChatGPT salesman? Yeah. Because absolutely. With a $10 billion investment, it's not going to be cheap at the enterprise level.
No. But you know what? That's relative. It is going to be cheap, unfortunately, because of all of the people you can get rid of and replace with these kind of processes that you've never been able to automate them very well. And even when you get humans in there, humans have to, I don't know the answer to that thing. I don't know. This supervisor told me something wrong. ChatGPT isn't going to do that. You're going to type in this and it's going to give it right back to you what the actual answer is.
Speaking of
companies are going to save billions. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. In that same vein of like, you don't need the human to respond. Did anyone? I think I shared with our group chat the Zapier between Gmail and ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
No,
if you receive, you can integrate your Gmail inbox with ChatGPT and then back to Gmail. So when you get an email, it sends that email over to ChatGPT. You have a standing prompt that's like, read this email, formulate 3 responses in English, and then send it back. Send it in drafts. So all you're going to have, anytime someone emails you, it's going to be a response. And then you say, send no, or send 1, 2, or 3 and hit you don't have to write it. And it's going to learn how you write over time.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Cause this is what happened with, was it Apple's who made the racist AI?
What?
Wasn't that Google?
Was it Google? Okay. Google.
Or was it Facebook?
They released it and people started making the AI racist. So what's going to happen is people are going to send you an email that says, like the guy who signed up for our thing and then called you names because we sent him an email, right?
Oh my God.
So imagine somebody sends you an email and they're a real asshole about it. That goes over to ChatGPT via Zapier, and ChatGPT is like, "Oh yeah, we'll take this, you son of a bitch," and goes back. Now you're going to have an email fight based on the GPT didn't realize it shouldn't be like an asshole to the person who wrote it. Oh, I'm going to do that to your email, Dom. Thanks for the suggestion.
I'm going to get reported and blacklisted, and I'm going to know why.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. I won't know why, because ChatGPT is going to send the email on my behalf. Like, without me, just has to be a fail safe. Like, I have to read it at least before it goes out, because that would be bad. I tend to automate. If you guys know anything or interact with anything that I build, I tend to automate first and ask questions later.
Yeah.
Only after people write me comments and send me emails. Hey, this thing's fucked up. Like, that's when I fix stuff. No, we were in the high level group, and the high level Facebook group. There was Jamar. Did you see the one where the guy got sued over a text, or was getting threatened to get sued over a text?
Yeah.
Automation glitched. It sent him 2 texts, and he's like,
it was 4. It sent 4 out of the same text, and then somebody responded, and he screen captured it where it was like, "I'm going to contact my legal team," and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, if you get 4 text messages, just delete them, or you know what I'm saying, or block the number or whatever, instead of like going crazy saying that you're going to hire lawyers and stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah, that is a control issue, I think. But I'm sitting there thinking, like, I hope I don't get someone like him on my pipeline, because I'm sure people get things of mine like, I'm just tinkering around in automation again. That wasn't supposed to go out.
Yeah. I mean, if you play with automations enough, you're going to have that instance, and you're going to have to like email your list and be like, all right, if you just got like 7 of the same email from me, I apologize.
Yeah.
Happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was sending, and it was Scotty, the one that found it.
Yeah.
Because I was my like list cleaning automation. Someone comes onto my list, and we all, as marketers, we want people who are engaged. So I had it set up that like once somebody opens or responds to an email, it tags them, and they don't go down the like ignore path.
Right.
Well, that didn't fire. And then people were getting emails like, "I'm done with you. I don't want to be here. You haven't opened up anything." Yeah, it was basically telling people to piss off. And then I get one back from that says lies in all caps, and I was like, what? I'm like, oh, why did you get that? And then I look in and it's sent to everybody on the list.
Yeah.
So I sent them a follow-up email that was like, guys, sorry, new system, who dis? And the responses I got were like, yeah, I figured you were just playing around. And somebody's like, oh, thank God you're not casting me aside. So, no, I'm not at all. Everyone wants to be here. Yeah. Oh, the racist AI, Microsoft's bot back in 2016.
Yeah.
Comment section to the rescue.
Sounds promising for their Bing product.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Especially because that's what it's based.
With all these t-shirt ideas, we should definitely put together like a Shopify, like a throw up store, like with all of our merch.
Yeah.
For sure.
Would you people in the comments and everyone listening everywhere else, would you buy a shirt if we put some of these?
I would. I'd be rocking it in all of our.
Yeah.
I'd be wearing the previous episodes like design.
Nice.
Hey, remember that one time we all tried to make shirts and sell them? We could. How did we have fun making the t-shirts on live? That was one thing we tried in our episode, our road to 20. We played that t-shirt game.
That was a disaster.
It was awesome. I wore mine to the race that weekend, to the fireworks.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Wasn't it like made of wool essentially?
Yeah. He ran his marathon in a freaking
It was heavy cotton. Yes, it was not the premium shirt I was hoping for. I was a heat casualty that day. Yes,
I am only here for premium shirts, so
we'll figure it out. I mean,
it's got to be a self blend.
Yes.
Yeah. All of a sudden we're shirt snobs.
Yep.
Hey, True Classic or Fresh Clean Tees. We want to talk to you. So their shirts are awesome.
Yeah, I like True
Bella
Classic.
Canvas and Next Level.
Yeah, Bella
There we
Canvas.
go.
I'm here for it.
Dottie's a real
Amazon
pro.
brand.
Yep. Get that 80-20 poly cotton blend with a nice quill to it. Oh yeah. Oh.
What did you do in a past life? You know
That was when
what
I
I'm
was doing
talking
the
about.
embroidery and screen printing. I got all the good stuff, man.
Awesome.
Nice soft shirts.
Next week, maybe we'll have a store created for you. But I
Maybe.
think that is a perfect time to come back and try to see our half-built store shop next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
We'll have
totally
that. Come
should
back.
totally should have somebody on Fiverr just outsource it. Just throw them some cash and be like, hey, throw up this merch store.
Done. I think that'll do it for. I'm out of everything. I mean, we're running right about an hour. So, guys, if you're watching this, click all the buttons, subscribe. We're running out of time. Yeah, loop all the buttons, share it, tag us, whatever you want to do, and see everybody in 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
Unless we have any closing remarks of closing stuff of wisdom.
Oh yeah, sure.
Get out there and create something.
Yeah,
create some content. Yeah.
Guys,
That
we
was a good
really
one.
need an outro. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like this episode, please leave us a review, or better yet, take a screenshot on your phone, post it to social media, and tag us, Digital Marketing Misfits, or just use the hashtag Digital Marketing Misfits. And for